the new challenges for the blockchain and crypto industry now that we're hitting mass adoption? From increasing gas prices to scalability issues, we have speakers solving these problems in the enterprise community. 2021 has been an explosive year for crypto investors. To what are the best wallets to hold your crypto in? These are the questions we'll be answering in this episode of the Crowdcreate Mastermind Series, so stay tuned.
Welcome everybody to the Crowdcreate Mastermind. The purpose of this is really to bring together the community, highlight some of the work that you're doing, and on this mastermind, we're going to be talking about some hotly debated topics, and everybody wants to hear from the experts and thought leaders, all of you that are in this virtual room today. So the format of this, we're going to go around the room first, a quick 1-minute introduction of who you are and what you do. And we've got some great topics that we'd love to discuss and go out there with.
Awesome. So I can go first. Just the questions to introduce, just who are you, what are you working on, and what are the biggest opportunities you see right now? So my name is Ivan. I'm one of the co-founders here at Crowdcreate. What am I working on is creating more of these thought leadership and just community pieces where people can come to learn, because a lot of people are entering the crypto space. What am I most excited about right now? Yield farming. I don't know if a lot of people are looking at what they can do by staking, and the whole concept of staking as a service is really intriguing to me.
Jay, would love to have you go next.
Hey guys, this is Jay, co-founder and CEO of Blueprint Protocol. Blueprint is an open source protocol for a decentralized exchange. We have launched the first ZK rollup decentralized exchange on Ethereum blockchain. And Blueprint also provide another product called Smart Wallet, which enable people to control the token without any managing the private keys, because all the private keys will be managed by the smart contract. Meanwhile, I'm also a co-founder of a incubator in Asia. So we do incubating blockchain project. And this year we are very exciting about the upcoming layer 2 adoption. So we will see more and more layer 2 solutions launch by the end of this year. And also we will see a mass adoption from a DeFi end. Thanks.
Okay. And Erez with Tuki. I know your question about scaling, but I think it would be a good segue for you to introduce yourself.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm Erez. I'm a co-founder, CEO, Tuki Network. Tuki Network is a protocol on top of the Ethereum blockchain. And what we do, we're the creators of smart links. We want to create the links of the future of the Web3. The Tuki smart links are links that anyone can share with people, and they are automatically detect, track, record the addresses of all the people that share the specific link by the exact order in the link itself in a hash. We have the Tuki protocol in each HTTP link. And with this technology, we created Tuki Network, which is a platform for referral. It's not a regular referral, it's a multi-step referral. So we can understand how links are traveling on the web, creating referral maps, distribution maps, and much more than that. And I'm very excited, first of all, like Jay say, from the scaling solution, the layer 2 solution that are going to come this year. It's a big obstacle that we are looking at these days. And also about the new project that I'm involved with, going to be announced in the next few days. Something that is, I think, will bring a great solution for people struggling. Lately, we saw it with the GME stock, how we can kind of crowdsource hedge funds and allow anyone to become a hedge fund. And I believe that smart contracts in crypto will take us to that point very soon. Thanks.
Thanks, Erez. Mrinal with CasperLabs. You're doing a lot of interesting things there. I'd love for you to introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thanks a ton. So I'm Mrinal, CEO and co-founder of CasperLabs. We're the company that's launching the Casper Network. So the idea behind it really is, and my background actually plays into this a bit. I'm ex-Wall Street. I worked at Bain Capital. Used to do very large leverage buyouts of technology, media, and telecom companies, and was also a sector head for a long-only hedge fund. We managed about 1.3 billion. And I left that to focus on cryptocurrency full-time, but I've been in the industry since 2012. But actually distributed computing since 2002. I was an open source contributor to the BitTorrent protocol. And really what the Casper network is about is fixing all the reasons why enterprises haven't really adopted blockchain. And I could go over all of them, but primarily it's lack of open programming standards, not having enterprise-ready features, things like continuous integration, continuous deployment, weighted key management, flexible payment code, and finally, and probably most importantly, not having a pro services team. If you think about Linux and why Linux really took off, is because Red Hat had a pro services team, and if people needed help setting up a Linux distribution, there was a phone number you could ring, there was a place you could email to get someone to come and help you. And we want to make sure that we offer that service. Really excited about the industry at large. It's been a great few months in terms of institutional support, but really looking forward to helping drive enterprise adoption. In terms of the question on what could the community do to help us, use our product, tell us what you like, but more importantly, tell us what you don't like. We're very feedback oriented, and we just want to build something that works. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Mrinal. Joey, you're solving one of the problems for businesses on payments to employees and also vendors using crypto. I'd love for you to introduce yourself, which is relevant.
Yeah, hi, I'm Joey Ryan. I'm the co-founder and CFO at Gilded Finance. And yeah, we are the kind of back office blockchain and digital currency solution for businesses that are starting to onboard and adopt digital currency as part of their kind of transactional operations. So we do everything from automating invoicing and bill pay for businesses that are using digital currency and cryptocurrency and starting to utilize, onboard onto the blockchain payment rails, and being able to basically take those transactions and integrate those transactions directly into kind of your existing back office accounting system. So we make it super simple for businesses to basically onboard into the digital currency payment infrastructure. And yeah, that kind of dovetails into what I'm most excited about, which is seeing businesses, more and more businesses, not just SMBs, but larger institutions and eventually, Fortune 500 type businesses starting to not just buy Bitcoin and put it on their balance sheet, but you're going to see more and more businesses transacting in digital currency going forward. As we all know, kind of the blockchain payment rails are, far and away superior than traditional payment rails. So it's a matter of, I like to use the car and the horse analogy, right? So when the car was built, they still had to kind of build out the roads and kind of make it super easy for everybody to use a car, make it affordable. That's what we've been doing in the blockchain industry the last 2 or 3 years, and now you're starting to see more and more cars on the road. So we're just excited for the continued adoption of digital currency, not just as a investment opportunity, but also as a payment infrastructure going forward.
Awesome. Thanks, Joey. And we also have some consumer applications. Gabriele, love you to introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Jeff. I'm Gabriele, the CEO and co-founder of qiibee. We basically work on blockchain-based loyalty solutions for enterprises. One of the most use cases that everybody, let's say, has been talking about, that you can put loyalty points on a blockchain and make them exchangeable. So not the crypto part, not make them let's say, from a speculative perspective, but really put them on a blockchain to solve reconciliation problems and so on, and just empower users to have more choices. One of the use cases that we just launched in December is with L'Oeillera, a Swiss watchmaker, and the largest frequent flyer program in Europe, Mahasayan, plus the second largest frequent flyer program in Middle East, Etihad Guest. And that's very cool to see how, as also Joey just mentioned, and that goes over in what excites me the most. I think we just saw it already this year, and in the last few months, acceptance of the whole market got much more strong. So we see it from our side that enterprises are much more open in this kind of environments to actually invest in blockchain, not only in the crypto part, as Elon Musk, for example, just did, but really using the underlying technology and push adoption, because I think that's what we all need to really have this on a mass level. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Gabriele. And speaking of adoption, CryptoWendyO, we've talked about mass adoption quite a bit. I'd love you to introduce yourself.
So I go by WendyO or CryptoWendyO or Wendy, whatever you guys feel comfortable with. And I am the founder of Beyond Associates. I started it in 2018 because I noticed there is a huge problem in marketing with the space, especially transparent and organic marketing. So what I do on the back end is I help different companies get in touch with influencers, or I'll do influencer work for them. I'll link them with attorneys or, market makers, different things in the back. I help with transparent marketing, and I do some consulting as well. And some of the things I'm most excited about is continuing to provide education on all of my social media platforms. I'm on TikTok a lot now, and there's so many brand new retail people that are coming in, and it's so excited. I get 10 to 20 emails a day from people from all different backgrounds, different age groups, and they want to know how to start buying Bitcoin or how to get involved, what projects I'm interested in, and I'm able to kind of guide them and help them. So I started a free newsletter talking about the basics of crypto and different cryptocurrency projects. We're doing one newsletter a week, but I'm going to start adding more and more, and hopefully do some press releases for some of my clients as well to get them some additional exposure. And as far as what I'm most excited about, I'm excited as expanding out of not just doing marketing, because marketing and customer service go hand in hand, but also helping blockchain and cryptocurrency companies, implement better customer service protocols. Because one of the things I'm noticing a lot, I'm getting a lot of questions from my audience. And they're asking me, how do I do this? No one's getting back to me from customer service. What do I do? And I'm kind of answering those questions for them. And I'm like, I'm not being paid to do this, but right now I can handle the 10 to 20 emails a day. But I really would like to help get some of my clients or take on new clients and really help a lot of the bigger guys focus on customer service, because at the end of the day, we're getting all these retail people coming in. They're excited about Bitcoin. They're excited about cryptocurrency. They're excited about owning their own keys, but they don't know how to do it. And there's not a lot of support to help them. So I'd like to focus and help companies do that. And the reason why I'm qualified to do that is I worked in healthcare and infectious disease, HIV/AIDS for 7 years. And I was able to solve very complex problems with my clients and make sure they got their medication, they saw their doctors, they got the help that they needed to help. And I want to take that experience that I had and bring that into crypto and help everybody as a whole.
Thanks, Wendy. And also in the chat, we're placing links to everybody's bios also, so everybody can connect on LinkedIn. And there's quite a bit of attendees. There's questions being asked by some of the attendees for the speakers, so feel free to engage with them as well. Andros, on the research side, how are things going? And I would love for you to introduce yourself.
Hello, thank you so much. My name is Professor Andros Gregorio. I'm a professor at the University of Brighton and a visiting professor at Peking University, and also the Chief Research Officer at Evai. Throughout my academic career, I have been building models on asset prices, and I've taken this research and applied it to the cryptocurrency space through the Evai financial ratings platform. The financial ratings platform will financially rate all cryptocurrencies through time, and then will inform investors of which cryptocurrency they should be invested in and why. At the moment, the model, which will be released by the end of March, has got 6 factors which encapsulate risk, return, stock price movement, and liquidity, with particular emphasis with respect to liquidity to the Gregorio ratio, which is not biased towards the largest cryptocurrencies. It will be employed in terms of it will essentially financially rate the 14 largest cryptocurrencies in terms of market value. And this will be scaled up by approximately 300 cryptocurrencies per month. And the factors will go from 6 to in excess of 30 factors. And what we want to do is we want to engage with the community to see which cryptocurrencies investors would like to invest in. And then we would gladly financially rate those currencies through time to give people the information that they need to make informed decisions. And also, we will have our factors, and if people look for other trends in data, for example, and it can be quantified, we can include that onto our financial ratings model. What I am most excited about is the engagement of the academic community with the professional practice, the community. We're already working closely with the University of Brighton and with Peking University, but we are very keen to increase our academic partners and also for the community to work with us and feedback so that we're able to provide a product that informs people of what they want in terms of investment, provides an education for the cryptocurrency and credibility in this market. So we are very, very excited. We want to work with you and we're looking forward to hopefully making a difference. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Andros. And Vipin, would love for you to introduce yourself next.
Sorry, guys, I was on mute. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you so much. And thank you, Ivan, to let me speak along with some amazing projects. So my name is Vipin Mahasayan. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer of EzyStayz. We are a next generation online travel marketplace powered by crypto. At the moment, I think we have around 1.5 million accommodations worldwide, and we are constantly working on, to bring more accommodations to our marketplace. So for the blockchain community, we are a marketplace, a utility interface, especially, based on what has happened for the crypto economy in the last 2-3 months. I would say, we are a marketplace where you can reward yourself for the increase in the value of the assets you have. So, why not book a luxury stay for your next weekend? I'd be happy to personally help you choose a, vacation. In fact, I was, talking to a few property owners and hosts who have some amazing accommodations, 6-bedroom, 7-bedroom homes that can be booked online. And you can, pay with your favorite cryptocurrencies. Someone once told me, actually, while we bring actual usable products and technologies into the blockchain, so, we are probably among the first, I would say 5 to 10% of people who are there in the blockchain community overall. So I think, we've all played a very important role among everyone, all the project owners and innovators. So I think we are a part of building this $1 trillion economy. And, I think with the products, more and more products that we innovate and bring, we'd be able to, really do good. So I wish everyone a great future. At the moment, we are working with major cryptocurrencies that can be used as a form of payment to book travel on our marketplace. And we'd love to work with any emerging coin foundations as well to show utility on how we can probably do like a loyalty swap, because I think Gabriele, I really liked, what you've done on the loyalty side of your business. And you did mention that you've, probably networked with a few airlines in the Middle East as well. So I'd be interested to know, if we can probably discuss any possible synergies on there. And CryptoWendy, I'd love to connect with you as well. Would like to learn how, how we can enhance our marketing and customer support. You guys can reach me on Vipin at EzyStayz, and I think my link is already provided on the bio by Jeffrey and Ivan. I'm happy for any collaborations or synergies. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vipin. And this is exactly why we're doing these masterminds, to get these connections. So after we complete, we're actually going to be inviting everybody into a private Slack channel. So you can literally communicate, collaborate work together there. But overall, we're going to jump into the discussion portion of this mastermind. So it's pretty amazing to hear from all of these speakers here, because we're all literally on the usable side of blockchain. I think everybody here is, we've been talking about mass adoption for an extremely long time. And in many ways, it's here, it's happening. And we're seeing, the gas networks, things are slowing down, and just even to the onboarding and offboarding for businesses. So I'd love to see, where is the scalability going to be happening? And to kick it off, I think Jay, you've been really focusing on the layer 2. We can talk about, and you also got a question inside of the Q&A specifically. So let's kick it off there. What do you think about scalability, Jay, and where do you see this going? And we'll kind of toss it around to the different people on this panel.
Sure. I'm answering the questions from the Q&A. There's a anonymous attendee just asked me why blueprint or layer 2 is not like is why the why no, his question is like, when will blueprint start to spend a lot of money on marketing and PR, and also because the gas issues, not many DeFi project actually is using layer 2 and ZK rollups. I just want to say Blueprint is more like a product-oriented project. We never spend a lot of money on PR and marketing, but this year, very soon, we will spend $1 million on layer 2 education. People will see it very, very soon. We will through like $1 million, maybe at least like $2 or $3 million to encourage, incentivize people to learn about layer 2. That's from a user's perspective. And from a project perspective, because a ZK rollup is now still in a very early stage, same as layer 2, there's still a lot of limitations. From a ZK, because we're working on a solution called zero knowledge proof, which is using a technology called zero knowledge proof. Right now, it does not support a interoperability of features. It does not support a Ethereum virtual machine. That means people cannot people cannot like move the token or money around. There will be only like one sort of a DeFi focus on one solutions. So, for example, if we have this layer 2 Uniswap on a ZK rollup, then if there's another, say, Evai or Compound on another ZK rollup, those two those two assets will not be able to bridge. People cannot like transfer between each other. That's the downside for the ZK rollup.
Is that a limitation for layer 2 protocols right now?
No, the another solution, Optimistic rollup, they do support EVM, which Synthetics is already, I think, deployed on the testnet. Hopefully, we will see it on the mainnet very soon. And also, Arbitrum rollups, I think, is also doing the testnet. There will be a bunch of Arbitrum. Arbitrum is also another solution from Optimistic rollup. So they will also launch the mainnet very soon. So we will probably see like a dozen of DeFi projects launch on the Optimistic rollup on very soon. I think Q2. But for ZK rollup, yes, it can take a while, because ZK rollup, the good side about ZK rollup is it provides same security level as Ethereum mainnet. It does not sacrifice any safety. So once people put money or tokens to zk rollup layer 2, they don't need to worry about any security issues.
Wendy, this is a good transition. I think, Wendy, that a lot of these topics are really technical, and thank you, Jay. And like from your perspective, because you talk to a lot of the customers and helping these businesses, like how are we solving scalability right now?
So the way that I am explaining that we are the crypto community and the blockchain companies are solving scalability is I let them know that it's going to take time, that it's not going to happen overnight, that that from a developer standpoint, they view priority of things a little bit differently. And the reason why it takes things sometimes so long to get done is because they need to make sure that it's safe. So one of the issues I have right now, one of my clients is an exchange, and they experienced a large influx of new clients. I had made a TikTok video about utilizing their exchange, and people are on waiting lists to trade cryptocurrency for the next 2 to 3 weeks because they had so many signups. So one of the things that I tell them as far as scalability and blockchain companies working on things in the back end, I tell them just to give them time and to be patient. And I remind them that we're still very early. Cryptocurrency and blockchain has only been around for about 10 years. And a lot of these companies, a lot of you guys here that are building, companies are still very new, and everybody's and you're entrepreneurs, and everybody's kind of still figuring things out. But at the same time, you guys don't just want to push these updates out or push things out, because if it's done very, very fast, then it might not be done correct. And without testing it, that can put the client at risk or in danger to get, for different things to happen. So I just kind of focus on, I try to focus on that message to them. But at the same time, if I have some of my subscribers listening to me, they're like, Wendy, what about project X, Y, and Z? And I'm not working with that project, so I can't speak for them or speak out on what they're doing. And that's where the customer service comes into play. And that's where it's important to have a very, very strong foundation of customer service people that can go ahead and answer questions to the clients. Because a lot of projects, I notice they have Telegram or they've got Discord communities, but there's still large wait times. Like for example, I had an issue with an exchange. And I know exchange is different than some of what you guys are doing, but I had an issue with an exchange and I wasn't able to get access to my funds. And the only reason why I was able to get access to my funds, it took a couple of days, but it was because I said, I'm so-and-so. And unfortunately I had to name drop, but that's kind of stuff shouldn't be happening. So I feel like there needs to be more budget delegated to answering questions, even if they're just silly questions that you and I take for granted, like what's a private key? How do I withdraw my Bitcoin, or how do I deposit? Silly things like that we take for granted. We need to have people that are on staff that are operating 24/7, 365, because we are in a global market. You're going to have users all across the world that are going to utilize your platforms, but just so that they can get a simple answer that's not automated. Because a lot of times, because crypto is so complicated, and again, you and I take this for granted because we've been in the space a while, but the types of questions that I'm getting in emails, I'm like, oh my gosh. And they're reaching out to me because they just want somebody to respond like, okay, I'm looking into it. But a lot of times they don't even get that. So that's why they reach out to me, or they reach out to other influencers, or they're like, what is going on? So I feel like there needs to start being more budget push just to having real life people that can be like, even if you can't come up with an answer that's going to make them happy, there's a correct way to word it to where they feel comfortable, where they feel confident, and they will continue to utilize your platform because they know they can at least get that reassurance from a real person instead of a bot, or just get a simple response. Because when you get those automated responses, that's kind of like oh my gosh, especially if you have a lot of your money there, people are like, they get scared, they get nervous, like, Wendy, what do I do? I'm like, is your transaction showing up on the Blockchain Explorer? What's the Blockchain Explorer? So
Wendy, thank you for doing that. You're literally the backstop to a lot of these customer support projects. And Erez, I know before we started, you mentioned scalability specifically. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, so like everyone in the space, we also suffer from the high gas cost, the huge demand. Tuki has its own layer 2 that we build, Plasma Chain, but this is not our main focus. So we are looking for other solutions these days. Actually, the last project we are checking is Starks, which is was very trendy last year, and they're going to come up with their Stark, where it's called Stark X, also based on zero knowledge proofs very soon. I guess we are going to see many layer 2 solutions come in place, and this will give a huge boost to DeFi, because right now, DeFi, and also when I say DeFi, it's not only yield farming, even Uniswap, it's limited. We can see this with our token. So our token, for example, like medium tier, it was like, there's an average, I don't know, like 100K volume a day, and the average trade was maybe something like $500 until 2 weeks ago. But now it's spiked up 3 times, because people will not pay $30 or $40 to make a swap unless it's a big amount. Once the layer 2 solution will be in place, I believe this will bring another huge big boost to all the DeFi, and the usage will grow again. And now, because of the Bitcoin prices, all token prices, mass adoption is all around us. More and more people are coming. They're coming to make fast money, or because everyone is talking about it. Now it's our turn to give them the technical solutions.
I like that.
So I really hope, we'll see Ethereum 2.0 maybe in the future, and this will solve it. But something will show up for sure.
That's actually another topic we're hearing from a lot of the community. What is Ethereum 2.0? We'll get to that later, but I do want to go to someone asked, do you think there's artificial inflation of Bitcoin, and kind of the fear of missing out is really starting to kick in? And you see with like Elon Musk, endorsing or talking about projects. What is the best growth marketing channel for projects to get exposure? Kind of seeing what's going on right now, and open to anyone to answer this question.
The best way for a project to get awareness is a good product. That's always number one. But if not that, I believe that today there is a great opportunity to just raise a little, very, very small amount of money with a big portion of the tokens locked for a very long time, like 80 to even 95% locked. So those tokens will have value only if the projects will execute and execute well. And it becomes a really fair and a good game for everyone, because if the project does good, he can get funded from those tokens. And if it doesn't, that means those few $100,000 or $1 million he raised was good enough to prove that he did something wrong. But it's a great way for exposure, and also to run something from zero.
Mrinal, you've raised a lot of capital. How are things going at Casper, and do you have any insights?
Things are going great. I think we actually have the largest engineering team in the space right now. Like we're 40 plus full-time employees. That doesn't count, like our 70 advisors and like outside consultants, which adds another 20 or 30 people. But things have been going really good, where we're actually launching. We have 330 peers currently on our Delta testnet. So we're at the final stages, and we're launching. We're launching in March. I agree with all the comments made. I think really, the comment that was just made now about the primary thing is you do have to build a good product first is something that we espouse. If you notice, we've done zero marketing to date. Everything we've done has been organic, and the reason is we're an engineering first company. We actually care about the product first, and I think that ethos is seeping more and more into the industry. I actually think like this is going to help long term, because I think this added boost of practicality, especially like what Gabriele is doing, and like what's happening with the travel website. I think loyalty programs, travel, these are all like real use cases that solve a business need, reduce costs, and manage infrastructure well. And I think that focus on solving real world use cases is what's going to take this industry forward. In terms of like scalability, I think it really comes down to maintaining the same security and decentralization level as Bitcoin and Ethereum, while giving a boost to transactions per second. And our approach has always been, don't try for a gimmick. There's old-fashioned engineering ways to do this. Make the VM faster. Make sure that you're not having wasted pings on consensus. And I think long-winded way of saying, I think the added maturity of the industry is what's going to help it get along, as opposed to, it was a bunch of anarchists kind of saying, hey, screw the system, let's go against it. Now people are getting much more practical and saying, hey, you know what, like actually, the more we behave like regular software companies, the more people are going to adopt this and come along for the ride. I think that's by and large good for all of us.
Anybody have any comments or questions for Mrinal?
Joey, I think you might have a question. Let's see if Joey's still here.
Hey, Mrinal, how's it going?
Hey, Joey, it's good. Yeah.
Let's say I remember
been
you guys.
Been a while since we met.
Yeah, back in Techstars. I was like, I wonder if he remembers us.
Of course.
Yeah, we're doing well. Yeah, I agree with you on the same adoption curve to kind of operating as a kind of a normal a normal, if you want to say, type business where you're solving real world needs, right? And that's really what we're striving to do at Gilded, is solving that real world need as businesses are starting to now onboard into the cryptocurrency space. The idea of transacting and tracking crypto transactions currently, being able to use, or individuals can do that currently, but to have businesses do that and to have kind of your normal business, if you want to call it accounting and payment flow involved in that, it's not an easy feat. And that's where obviously we're solving a lot of problems that businesses that are starting to go bankless and starting to onboard into this digital currency space. We're solving a lot of those problems that businesses are running into with, how do I set up a Coinbase account, or where should I house my crypto wallet, or should I use a multi-sig wallet, and how do the transactions kind of flow into my accounting system? How do I do this not manually, et cetera, et cetera? We bridge that gap to solve those issues. And, in the last, I'm sure all of us have seen rapid growth in the last few months. But for us especially, we're getting more and more kind of inbound interest from these smaller businesses that are either adopting kind of the blockchain payment rails, or kind of adopting, into digital currency and into Bitcoin, and saying, oh, wait a minute, I need to kind of apply my traditional business back office process to this. How do I do that? And that's really where we're helping businesses save a lot of time and providing a lot of value in that space right now.
Yeah, Joey, I know the question was, how many of the businesses here pay their employees in crypto, and actually, how do they do it?
Yeah, and that's where we're seeing the biggest spike right now. Obviously, is all these businesses that if they're going to put Bitcoin on as either a treasury asset for an investment, but more and more businesses that start adopting Bitcoin and adopting cryptocurrency. Now you're going to have these employees that say, hey, wait a minute, I want to get paid in Bitcoin. I want to get paid in crypto, because, right now everybody wants it, right? Everybody wants Bitcoin, but not everybody has, a couple $1,000 laying to the side ready to invest, right? So they're like, how do I get it? Well, I gotta work for it. I gotta take a percentage of my payroll and put it in Bitcoin, right? But it's not, that's almost like saying, hey, take a percentage of your savings account and put it towards, or a percentage of your payroll and put it paycheck and put it into a savings account. Not all people are as, if you want to say, stringent or can be as flexible with doing something like that. So by setting up kind of an automated process where a business can take advantage, or an individual can take advantage of saying, hey, put a portion of my salary into Bitcoin, and automating that, so every pay period people are getting X amount of Bitcoin or X amount of crypto. We're starting to see a lot of interest in that right now, and we actually have a solution that we're launching to the market very shortly for a mass-based solution for Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, followed quickly by a Bitcoin solution as well.
Yeah, thanks, Joey. Maybe for some of the business owners here, are you currently paying your employees in crypto and also paying vendors? And then what accounting solution are you currently using?
We'd also love to hear from the audience too. You can also chat into the Zoom chat.
I can share that at Tuki, we spend about 75 to 80% monthly in crypto. For employees, contractors, everyone. Actually, anyone who wants to work with us today, he must receive crypto. All the new people.
We need to talk. we can definitely help facilitate everybody's processes. And yeah, I definitely would like to know who else is paying in crypto and Bitcoin.
Now,
my goal is to pay only taxes in fiat.
I was talking to a vacation rental host who was happy to accept, one of the rate products created to be settled in crypto. So, when we released the payout, so they were happy that, and we also use crypto as an incentive for our employees to, outperform and motivate them. So I think B2B payouts and also, employee payouts, at least a variable component of it can be handled in crypto.
Anybody else?
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of fiat, but that has to do with we're based in Zhou, we're ultra FINMA compliant, but we do a lot of crypto as well. Joey, we should talk. I should put you in touch with our CFO, especially going forward, given our public launch and stuff's going to get complicated.
Yeah, let's reconnect. That'd be great.
Yeah, just DM me and I'll put you in touch with our CFO. I think
awesome.
We need to talk.
Awesome. Yeah, for anyone else, my quick 1 minute spiel on this is like, you're gonna see more and more businesses, and we're all seeing this is all happening a lot faster than I think any of us really thought. But you're going to see more and more businesses really only, I'd say, onboarding onto the blockchain payment rails. And more businesses are going to be accepting digital currency and cryptocurrency, and not just accepting, but preferring to be paid in that method or preferring to pay in that method. So, I say that as a, it's coming a lot quicker than we realize, and to have the right kind of operational back office system to allow you to easily facilitate and transact in digital currency is going to be key, and save you a lot of time, save your finance team a lot of time, and save you a lot of money in terms of transacting in digital currency and being able to kind of take advantage of the blockchain payment rails. So happy to chat and connect with you guys to talk more about your kind of onboarding into the bankless space for digital currency.
Awesome. Another hot topic that's going on, obviously, it is price speculation, and the market's at all-time highs, and a lot of people on here are building actual products that are going to be of use. Two questions. This is actually coming from a VC fund where they said they're looking for the next smart contract protocol winner and transactional protocol winner. Like, of the thought leaders here, like, who do you think from a project standpoint are kind of in the running right now to solve those two things, smart contracts and transactional?
I'm biased. I think it's us, but obviously, a lot of people are doing interesting work. I think solving the trilemma has really been the issue, and usually, this is my view. What's happened is, the reason people are interested in blockchain is the level of security you get from a proof of work system. So if you're using a proof of stake or a smart contracting platform that doesn't offer the same security and decentralization levels that a proof of work network offers, you really won't get enterprises on board, because, and that's what's happened. Ethereum really is what they use now. I really think it's Ethereum or something Ethereum-like that solves the trilemma that will really solve it. But I'll add a second layer to that. Some of the issues are just inherent to blockchains in general. So I'll just give you one example and one of the things we're solving. So if you think about blockchains today, one of the big issues is sender of a transaction always pays for gas. Always. And this actually causes a lot of issues. For example, say you're creating a credentialing system, right? You want Harvard to basically post to the blockchain that this guy actually attended Harvard. And so you can have blockchain-based resumes. Harvard is not going to pay to send data. You have to create like a schematic where you can actually set up a smart contract such that the receiver pays for the underlying gas fee, maybe even puts out a reward. So underlying payment code, for example, needs to be really, really Turing complete and needs to be flexible. And this is just one of the many issues. But the reason why smart contracting hasn't really taken off is because that issue and other issues like governance right now is done only via multisig. What if you could assign weights to people within a smart contract, similar to like you have in an organization? C-level executives are allowed to approve some things and junior people are allowed to approve other things. These are issues that enterprises, when we talk to them and ask like, why aren't you using blockchain? They're like, these are the reasons why. Like, we can't really set up a schematic that works with our business model. And I think for smart contracting to really take off, we shouldn't be telling enterprises, this is a new way of doing things. We should be telling them, this is your current business model. You don't have to change anything really. We are adopting our technology to ensure that your business logic and the way your business model works doesn't really have to change. And I think that leap of thinking is going to be really, really important. And I'm happy to see that a lot of smart contracting platforms are taking those issues more seriously.
Andros, what do you see on the research side of things? What's interesting?
I think what's interesting is what people are looking for in terms of when they invest in a cryptocurrency. So I think people have spoken a lot about the sort of issues and the practical implications, but in terms of financial performance, what kind of trends people are looking at. So I think from a research perspective, what we're really interested in is to develop a sort of unbiased model that doesn't have any human element, that is driven totally by data. And what we really would like to see on the research side is what factors people look for in investment that are maybe not so obvious on the sentiment side. And we really want to see how that works. I also think it's important to develop a very strong market index. So what you can compare to in terms of performance, because the obvious one is Bitcoin. But I think a sophisticated market index that's value weighted would be really interesting, so that you can cross compare how successful a cryptocurrency is with respect to some sort of market portfolio. So there are some challenges ahead, but some very interesting ideas that will come out and will hopefully inform investors in the community of what to invest in, depending on the performance.
Yeah, even from a fundamental
kind of
level.
like S&P 500 almost.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, exactly. So you need some sort of market portfolio because when you're rating, you're rating against something, either something over time or across, or with respect to some sort of market portfolio. So yeah, some sort of FTSE 100, S&P, NASDAQ. And I think it's quite interesting to actually develop something like that, because there is some research where they're using just the value weights to the top 30 cryptocurrencies in terms of trading volume. But I think that would be an interesting thing to look at. So I think this is some of the challenges in the research, but I think it's something that I think can be developed. And I think that would be a very interesting benchmark to cross compare. Absolutely, yes.
On the transactional and smart contract protocol, I do want to hear from you, Gabriele, because you actually provide this service for businesses to use your loyalty blockchain. So where do you see as the promising products, and what are you using? Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you. Oh no, your audio is cut off.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good now.
Oh, perfect. Always the AirPods. So basically, I mean, on our side, we're more focused on what actually Mrinal said before, actually delivering solutions. So on our side, it's more understanding actually the customer, what his needs are, and what we actually understood, and that was a bit, let's say, our transition from 2019 to 2020 was a bit understanding, okay, you can't just sell blockchain technology and smart contracts as the raw piece of technology and tell a company, it's like giving a hammer and telling the company you can build a chair, you can build a house, you can build whatever you want with it. It's super flexible, super efficient, and super secure. but they don't really know what to do with it. So what we did is really narrow down and really develop a clear solution that blockchain is, I have to say it honestly, it's more the side dish. So meaning that we're actually talking about, hey, custom loyalty, new customer acquisitions, automatizing processes, cutting costs. So it's more that actually is interesting for enterprises. So if we're talking about mass adoption, the underlying technology is important for us as a company in the sense that we have to work on and we have to see that everything works perfectly and we deliver what we actually promise. But it's more understanding the market from our side and really understanding what do they want, because we did that mistake in 2019 where we said, look, it's awesome, just like you have to just to use it. But I think it's a long-term process, and it's like with a baby, it's like you have to educate it step by step. And the same thing is with a company. You can't just go full in and tell them, hey, now change all your existing infrastructure. I mean, in our case, it means sometimes to telling a company, hey, change billions of dollars that are on your central database, and now let's put those points on a blockchain. It's not just a decision that you take from today to tomorrow. That needs a lot of time. And so for me, it's honestly a bit both coming together. From the business side, we need to understand what are the needs, and from the other side, what does the technology has to deliver that then has to do with scalability, with all that we actually talked about today. But it's a mix at the end of the day.
Thanks, Gabriele. We also have a pretty complicated question in the chat if anybody wants to tackle that one, talking about exchanges in the SEC. So if you guys are thought leaders, can answer that one the best. I do really quick, Jay, I would like to hear from you if you have any insights on any of the smart contracts or any of the transactional protocols you're watching out for, just really quickly.
Hey, not many actually. Still focus on we do focus on smart contract, but still more like on layer 2. To be honest, I don't have an answer for these questions. But back to your previous questions, Loopring also start to pay employees in crypto since day one in 2017, and the cost for using Loopring to pay employees in crypto is like 50 cents per transaction. A bit off the topic, but just want to mention that.
Thanks, Jay. That's a real world scenario, and he's been at Loopring for a really long time. So I do want to take a quick pivot. A lot of people are asking these questions, especially now that people are expecting and asking their pay to be in crypto. A lot of people are wondering, hey, where do I put this? Especially there's wallets where you can earn. So I'd love to hear from the panelists here. What are your recommendations? Any hot topics, any hot wallets that you'd like to share?
I would like to take this one because we recently just invested a company called the rollups. They are building a layer 2 wallet on the ZK Sync technology, which also offer super cheap, faster P2P payment for ERC20 tokens. They're really new, fairly new. If people are looking for a cheap layer 2 or P2P ERC20 payment solutions, go to check it out. It's the rollups.xyz. So
thanks, Jay. If you could put that into Zoom chat. Anybody else? Wendy, I know you recommend a lot of people to use what wallets. I wonder where are you recommending?
So for wallets, that can be a little bit tricky depending on what cryptocurrency is being paid out. Let's assume, for example, it's Bitcoin, but there's a lot of different great wallets that you can use, especially, well, I don't know if I would recommend keeping it on your mobile phone though. That's a whole nother thing because it's a security OPSEC thing. But some of the mobile wallets that I like to use, they're not decentralized. One of my favorite ones is, I like the crypto.com wallet because it's got access to the card. And I do believe that Voyager is going to be rolling out one of a debit or credit card with their app. And I feel like once companies start to roll out some of those cards, it'll be easier for folks to go ahead and spend their cryptocurrency. But a great decentralized wallet that I like is the Trust Wallet as well.
I actually agree with Wendy. I think both Trust Wallet and crypto.com are great. If you have a lot of crypto and you want like a custody solution, what I'd always recommend is BitGo. I've been a BitGo customer for years and years now. They're great as well.
The only thing I want to add to that, with BitGo, do they allow you to earn passive income by locking up, not necessarily locking up a certain amount, but leaving it on the platform?
They allow you to earn staking rewards, but they don't. There's no like yield farming type component. Although I think they're kind of working on liquidity based, lockup rewards. But right now it's just stakeable tokens you can stake. They have a fully functional staking solution for all their partners. We're also going to be on the BitGo platform as well, but as are many, right? Like I think Hashgraph, Algorand. They support not every asset, about 16, but the ones that they support extremely well. And they're the guys who did wrapped Bitcoin as well. So.
Yeah, one of the things I also recommend, like for portfolio diversification, because it's something that I do with a lot of my longer term crypto, I actually will utilize different exchanges that I feel safe with in the United States, so I can earn that passive income. Like Gemini is doing it now, where they have their earn feature. Crypto.com has it, Voyager has it, Celsius has it, and I think it's kind of a cool thing to get a throwaway mobile phone that's not connected to the internet necessarily, and have some of those apps there and take some of your maybe cryptocurrency that you would be paid in, that you would actually deposit into your savings account, but put it on some of those apps and allow your money to work for you.
Awesome. So another question that we're getting from the community is, where's the best place to go to learn the basics? Because there's so many people pouring into the crypto world right now, and I get this question a lot. What's the best resource? Is there a channel? Is there YouTube? I'd love to hear from everybody here.
I'm going to start with this one because this is what I do. So and again, I'm on TikTok now, so I'm reaching a lot of brand new retail folks. One of the things that I recommend to them, I tell them, don't listen to me, don't listen to anybody, but take a look at different channels, different people that you may resonate with, hear what they are saying, and then take that information and then start doing your own research. Because a lot of different influencers, we've got different communities. Like I've got a Telegram chat, I've got YouTube, I've got Twitter, I've got TikTok, and I've also got a free newsletter. And if you kind of pay close attention to some of the other influencers as well, they'll have a lot of free opportunities for you to go in and kind of learn there. Like the newsletter that I have is going to be very, very basic, like what is Bitcoin, what is blockchain. But it really, I recommend people kind of find somebody they resonate with and kind of take things that make sense for them and then apply it and kind of fall down that rabbit hole. But don't just blindly follow anybody or any one resource, because I feel like the industry is so new. There's different ways that it's explained by different people, and some of it may not, I'm not saying it's not accurate, but it's good to kind of keep your options open, because there's nothing that's like set in stone yet in the industry. That's just my opinion though.
Got it. Thank you, Andy. All right, so we're wrapping up on time. I know people are chatting into the Zoom recommendations like 50K Bitcoin. If anybody has any suggestions, please let us know. And also keep those questions coming. We have an upcoming blockchain and crypto mastermind in a month's time. So hopefully we bring these same speakers back and we have a new set of questions from the community. So this is kind of the format that we're following, trying to get the best thought leaders up on the stage to answer the hottest questions from the community. So thank you everyone for your time. We're going to have another mastermind coming up, and we'll send out those invites to all the speakers. We'll continue this conversation on our Slack mastermind, but Thank you so much for joining and looking forward to the next one. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, attendees, and thank you, speakers.